June ushers in the official start of summer, and if your home is feeling kind of heavy or cluttered, or maybe it just doesn't have that light, airy feeling that summer brings, and you might be making one of 5 really simple summer decorating mistakes. So today we're gonna identify what those are, and I'm gonna show you how to fix them. I'm Sarah, welcome to Grace in My Space. I have been designing, remodeling, decorating, and DIYing homes for the last 10 years and sharing it online with you. And I'm so grateful that you're here with me at Grace in My Space. This is gonna be a really fun, straightforward video. It's not gonna take long, and your home is gonna be whipped into shape for summer by the end. At least, mine will be, and then you've gotta go do it too. Now, a very common mistake that most people make is adding summer decor to your home before editing. It can feel like second nature to think it's a new season, I want this to look different, and so I'm going to add things to it. In reality, that usually creates cluttered surfaces, it doesn't give you visual breathing room, and it makes you feel very busy in your home instead of lighter. So instead, remove 20 to 30% of your decor, just stash it away, create more negative space in style with fewer larger pieces, and this is going to give you the real light and airy feeling that you're looking for. Summer decorating is often about subtraction, not addition. The second mistake that a lot of people make is adding coastal decor to your home, which if you live on the coast or if you live on a lake or if you just love coastal decor, then go for it. But if you don't, like me, where I am very landlocked and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be adding seashells and starfish, then maybe rethink how we do this. When you don't live by the water, doing this can often feel really themed rather than just elevated, and it can date the space. So instead, I love just pulling inspiration from nature, using organic textiles, bringing in fresh greenery, and just focusing on making functional spaces for those outdoor summer events. We're just creating a feeling and not a theme. Now, a huge thanks to Suri for sponsoring today's video. I talked about them last month as well, but this electronic toothbrush has been an absolute game changer for me. We traveled recently, and it's so easy to pack up inside of its travel case, which also has UV light in it to keep everything sanitized and keep my teeth nice and healthy on the road. Traditional electric toothbrushes are just too bulky, heavy, and the charge doesn't last long enough to make it through a whole trip. I never used to bring my electric toothbrush with me until I got my Suri. And did I mention that I've had this since March and only charged it once? It's super small, compact, lightweight to travel with, and it's been a huge improvement for my oral health. It does have 2 speeds, and it auto sets to the one that you prefer, and then you can just easily change it with the click of a button. And don't forget that you can just pop it magnetically wherever you want, and it's gone off the counter, no clutter. Thanks again to Suri for partnering with me. You can shop using the link in my description or this QR code and use my code Grace in My Space to get an extra 15% off Suri. You'll see why I love it so much. Now, since I mentioned that we traveled, I just want to share a little quick snippet of our trip. We went to Toronto to kick off the summer with our kiddos for just a quick few days. And we went to several of the main attractions, including the CN Tower. Now, I am afraid of heights, and so I did not enjoy this one. We even paid an extra $12 per ticket to go up to the higher point, which that wasn't worth it for me. But the rest of the family, they really loved it and said it was one of the favorite parts of their trip. We also hit up several other places, including Niagara Falls. And let me tell you what, the Canadian side of Niagara Falls is especially beautiful. The next mistake that people make is leaving heavy winter feeling textiles out all summer long. This is great to do in the winter when you want to visually feel warm and heavy, but in the summertime, instead pop in linen pillows, cotton throws, lighter curtains, and more breathable textures. Texture actually impacts how a room feels as much as color. It's also a really great time to do a really heavy cleaning and launder a lot of your blankets, your pillow covers, things that you're going to tuck away for the next few months. And stay tuned, I'm going to give you a little summer home tour of my entire home in a minute. Mistake number 4 is forgetting your transitional spaces in your home. A lot of people will focus on the living room. It's your main gathering spot. It's where most of people's decor is displayed. But we have so many other areas of our home that we should be paying attention to. If you're ignoring your outdoor spaces, then the indoor and outdoor will feel very disconnected. So instead, you can easily carry some colors and materials outside, add those planters, refresh your outdoor seating, clean them really well, and create that visual flow between spaces. Summer is all about extending your living space outdoors. And one of the things that I love about focusing on outdoor spaces is that you have a lot more leeway to bring in some of that themed decor if you really love it, because your outdoor spaces don't necessarily have a normal color palette like the rest of your house does. So you can get more vibrant and more beautiful and have a lot more fun with things that you might not traditionally bring into your home. And while you're at it, make sure that the area walking up to your front door or wherever your guests enter, you've put a little bit of time and effort into. I obviously love flowers and I love landscaping, and I know that that is not for everyone because it is a heck of a lot of work. But if you enjoy it, it does pay off to really put some intention behind your landscaping, whether it's walking right up to your front door and creating that first visual impact that you want others to see and yourself to see on an everyday basis, because that's even more important. Or if you're spending time on decks or patios or in the backyard, make sure that you put a little bit of effort into those as well. Now, I did a whole video on how I landscaped our entire garden around our addition last year, and I did it for free. And so if you're interested in that video, this is showing you what has happened in the last single year in this front flower bed and how much it has grown and developed. Make sure and check out that video where I showed you how I did it without paying hardly any money. Free is the best. Mistake number 5 is using summer color incorrectly. And yes, there is a way to do it wrong. That way is by adding colors like bright blues or tropical colors that don't match the rest of your home. Seasonal colors that you don't already use are just going to clash with your home's color palette. So instead, keep that foundation that you've already set and just add some seasonal color through things like flowers or greenery or textiles. Now, I purged a lot for my summer decorating, and ignore my finger there that hit the camera. But I thought I would just do a really quick little tour of my home after it has been pared down for the summer months. It feels visually so much lighter. It feels very welcoming and inviting. And so here's a quick little tour of my summer home, which I was going to do an entire summer home tour video. And then I thought to myself, I really have mostly removed rather than adding. And so instead of doing a video of me just taking everything away, maybe I should just talk through why I'm doing this, how it can be helpful, and I hope that this video, the result of that thought, has been helpful to you as you're thinking through what you're going to do in your own spaces. And you may have noticed, if you saw one of my most recent videos on window coverings, that I did shift in the living room, and I think that I'm loving it. One of the biggest misconceptions that a lot of people make for summer decorating, but also for decorating in general, is that you have to keep adding in order to make a home feel cozy, and that is not always the case, especially in summertime. In reality, the homes that tend to feel the most welcoming, the most light and airy and fresh are the ones that are just pared down and kept tidy for the warm months. Now, I know that I have made all 5 of these mistakes throughout my home ownership and probably will continue to test things out and do it wrong and fix it. And that's just a part of home ownership. It's a part of learning design and decorating skills. And so if you've made these mistakes, you're lumped in with the best of us, and we all are just learning this process as we go. But my main caveat is that if you hear something that I'm saying and you're like, I don't agree with that, I love doing that in my home, then would you please continue doing it in your home? Don't let anybody on the internet tell you whether or not you should put seashells on your coffee table if you really love seashells, okay? These are our homes. We decorate them how we want. But if you are looking for some advice, That's what I'm here for. But the fun part is that that's what you're here for too. So drop in the comments, what is your favorite way to decorate for summer? And everybody can read each other's comments and learn from one another. That's what I love about bringing community together in this space, is that I'm not the only person that has wisdom or advice. You do too. Drop it in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week.